upper body only session this time around, as I'm going to be playing football in the evening and my legs are still feeling a bit jelly from the day of snowboarding on Monday. And I started this off with a new exercise that I really wanted to try. This is basically an inverted row while I'm just pulling my entire body up. So there is no point of contact with the floor. And this is quite challenging. I was doing 5 reps. I was aiming at doing at least 5 repetitions and then maybe progress these in the next days if I am able to. And going for a slightly lower intensity movement in the pushing category, going for just ring push-ups and pushing these to about 10 repetitions. I'm aiming at keeping these in an about 10 to 15 rep range. And I decided to also add some isolation for the shoulders. This kind of mimics what I'm doing with the Lou raises. I'm using a resistance band, so obviously at the bottom there isn't really any resistance at all. But the curve for this one is actually quite skewed at the top of the range of motion, as the band is at it's pulled the most and it provides the biggest resistance there. On the second set, I decided to start with the push-ups, mostly because the rings were already in the lowered position and I'm lazy like that. And I was aiming again at doing 10 repetitions. I probably could have done a couple more in the first set, but this last one, in the second one, turned out to be pretty challenging. And then I went into the rows. I'm glad to see that there is no overlap at all in the pushing and pulling, and so I can jump straight away into the second exercise, even though this is more strength oriented. Uh, Looking at the technique, I'm still learning how really to place my body in order to do the movement properly. Maybe there is a bit of an upper back rounding. Maybe my head tilts forward a bit. I should try and keep it back as much as I can and maybe go for a straighter back. But this is something that I'm gonna have to play around with in the coming week. Looking at this third set, I was able to get another 5 repetitions in. I'm noticing that my butt kind of tends to go up. This probably makes it easier, and I was sort of forcing myself to keep it down in a more horizontal position, and that made it quite more challenging. And I guess that a progression would be progressively pushing the legs outwards in order to increase the lever, basically. And finishing off this session with just a few more push-ups. I was able to always do 10 repetitions, so might be going up to 15. I don't think that I'm gonna have the time to progress to the point where I should be elevating my feet. It's gonna be another week anyways. But these provide a good stimulus, and I'm noticing that the last couple of reps are pretty challenging. There is a bit of a breakdown in my form, and going for again high repetitions on these kind of sort of Lou raises, they gave me a big pump. So it was a good exercise. Okay, off to football. Ciao.